What the hell was that?
I'm gonna get eaten.
I can't even touch it. No
Weird.
way out.
Oh god!
Damn. This dagger looks different.
No, it's not. Get him! Hello everyone, my name is Dredden, and
What can I do for you, sir?
we are in Call of Cthulhu.
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Alright. So, yeah, you run into her if you...
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He
Look
spoke
at
to
her
me
eyes,
about
Pierce.
Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Alright, she's got lots of questions. So, we are still recording. Marvelous. I am doing this in 4K today, I hope. It may not be. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. Well, probably won't be available on 4K the first day that it's out, but not that most people really care. So, yeah. We're probably not going to lie to this person. As I was saying about Cat, she tends to... Like, there's a possibility that if you go into the back part of her warehouse, something that I didn't do because I just straight up lied to her men, that you get caught when you walk out of there. And so I saw that in someone else's Let's Play. Check out Gaming Grandma for that. Shirley Curley. She has that on hers channel. Because, yeah, it's just things happen in different ways. And, yeah, she's not very pleasant about that, shall we say. So, but I didn't have that experience, so it's funny that she says that to me. It's like, we exchanged like a couple words, and that's all that we ever did. Anyway, yeah, so if you guys do find yourselves liking this video at any point, hit that like button, and if you are new to the channel and do end up liking what you see, hit the subscribe button. So here we go. I was no longer there when it happened. Pierce, man, don't lie. You're taking it quite well. You must feel guilty. That doesn't sound very nice. Why would you accuse her of being guilty, Pierce? Such a jerk.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course.
This will affect my destiny.
Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute?
Well,
and right before your eyes.
Let me tell you.
Did you not do anything to help him?
Oh, come on. I can't tell her that she was like, oh, come on. I will still want to say what happened to him. The true culprit is Fuller. I do want to say that. What is this about? Roll to test eloquence. I do have a lot of eloquence. But I had nothing to do with it. And it's weird. I mean, that's one thing that this game has funny things about. Like, the voice acting doesn't quite match up to what these imply to me. Anyway, I don't know if other people feel that way. I'm not really reading many reviews at all. I think I read a couple minutes of one, but that's it. I'm not really I'm trying to stay absolutely away from that kind of stuff because I just don't want it to affect my game. But I do feel this is, I've had a couple of times where this has been a little bit off. Okay, anyways, I do share her grief. And I also say, I would combine these two. I want to say both of these. It wasn't me who sent them there. Well, that's jerkish. Come on, man. Okay. This is the better thing to say.
Mrs. Sanders, I understand your grief, and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived.
And she didn't imply it either, Pierce.
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
The death of the Hawkins family?
You've already said that, haven't you?
You mean it was not an accident? This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You, too, would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Finally I get to go straight to the point. I do want to find out what the hell Cat is doing here. But I also don't really care.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? Shambler, to use his precise terms.
I hope I can ask that question again.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
Oh, I do.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then
Except
you
for my
have paid
sanity.
no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit, because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
I want to ask other questions. Wah. Whatever, we'll get over that. Did I win at eloquence, I guess? Smooth talking, investigating kind of person. Highly observant investigator. And I don't know. Okay. I'll think about that in a second here. Skills, sanity. Oh, hello. Macabre discovery. Searching through the cellars of the Riverside Institute, Pierce entered a room that he first took for a morgue. Oh yes, it's sure. This is the room that I didn't get to show you guys. That's basically what it looked like there. It's yeah. But the advanced state of decay of the corpses that lay about that place quickly made him realize that he was wrong. Nothing could justify the presence of such carnal house in the hospital. The putrid smell and total absence of respect for human life, as witnessed by this room, profoundly shocked Pierce, costing him some of his sanity. Hooray! How much sanity do I have? Like, I don't have a... Oh, is this it? Oh no. So I managed to dodge a bullet, I guess, here. The weirdness of Francis's death went far beyond anything Pierce had ever seen. Lifted him off his feet by an invisible force, the poor man's body was carried into the air before being thrown violently against the bars of his hiding place. Yeah, okay. I didn't really know he was hiding there, considering the doctor put him there. Well, Pierce, powerless, watched the limbs break of Sanders. That was terrible. That was just... Body crumbled to the ground. During long moments of agony, the detective saw nothing that could explain this event. Weakened by his wounds, the operations he could remember undergoing, Pierce began to question his ability to tell the difference between reality and nightmares that haunt him. I kind of felt like the opposite. I felt like that was more justification that everything I'd seen before was actually realish. Okay. There definitely should be one for like insanity or like thinking. I don't know. Books on like meditation to help people like deal with the insanity. I feel like this and this are both going to be important for what's coming up. Eloquence, investigation. I don't know. I like being able to spot the hidden things, even though I actually have to spot the hidden things. It's kind of weird, but that's fine. Okay, we'll validate that. Oh yes. Darkwater, Dr. Fuller reigns as the undisputed master of the Riverside Institute at the end of its cellars, in which he carries out illegal experiments on his patients. I don't know what he has done to me. That's a bad thought. But I shouldn't be back on my feet so soon after my fall, when the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion caved in. That's true. That is unusual. Have you checked the calendar though, Pierce? Do you actually know what date it is? Maybe you've been there for 6 weeks. The man is dangerous, and I swear that he knows more about this business than he's willing to tell. Yeah, but you didn't even get to talk to him. Apparently there's another path there. I guess if you break the machine that makes the fog, then you get to go to a different ending. Whatever, that's fine. Irene Sanders, it's clear that she holds Sarah Hawkins responsible for the death of her husband, but what I don't understand about Irene Sanders is a mix of sadness and insensitivity. It looks like she had given up on her husband long before his horrid death in the cellars of Riverside Institute. Well, the longer you have with someone in places like that, the more time you have for your mind to come into to a state that you just understand it, you know? You come to terms with it a lot better if you have a while. I mean, I don't know how long he was there. A year can kind of be actually enough, even. Depending on who you are, though. Anyway, moving on. Cellars of Riverside Institute. Strictly speaking, I didn't spend much time in the hospital, as far as you know. When I woke up, I was immediately transferred into the cellars of the Institute, a sort of clandestine asylum where Dr. Fuller carried out experiments on patients without being troubled. Unknown machines sit beside the anatomical drawings that are disturbing. To say the least, I just managed to escape from this place. I might not have as much luck another time. Yes, so don't go back there, maybe. Okay, I guess that's it. Hi, sorry, just thinking about stuff. Didn't mean to just leave you sitting there. Alright, let's investigate. I'm just gonna snoop around your house. Don't mind, it's how I do.
Did she really care for him after all?
I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which You demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to the return of his body to you. At the moment of his internment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you. That's, come on. Seriously, that's a freaking jerk thing to do. But it makes sense in this particular place and world.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Oh, not that thing. Oh god, no. There's an episode, maybe 5 or 6. This thing was definitely in the mansion with us. Yeah. Reconstruction mode. Boom. Teacup. The most important thing. What kind of tea was it? Psychology. Ooh, was it Earl Grey? Do you guys even get tea Earl Grey on this particular island? I mean, I don't know.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Would that teacup really be there? How long has Sanders been away? Like, I don't know. Whatever. Piano.
A house of artists.
Yeah, I guess. Is that all?
A house of artists.
Sometimes things don't show up unless you, like, seriously get up close to them. And sometimes the little green ones are hard to see, too. Don't mind me. I know you're probably still sitting there, and I'm just wandering through my mind. All kinds of little nothings. There's got to be a little bit more here. Hello. Investigate.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Well, we're gonna find out. Examine the Shambler. Oh, God.
He finally won.
You
Was
are
Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
putting together a lot of stuff in your mind.
She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated.
But I guess she had to sell it? I don't know.
Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Is that the look of jealousy? I mean, obviously, I guess it's like she's trying to not look at her, but it just kind of looks, I don't know, weird. All right. Let's enter madness here. Let's look at the occultism here. Oh God.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
So if he did that before he even went into the asylum, like, who cares, like, if the body was returned? Like, she knows the bad stuff was there. I'm just gonna wander around. Don't mind me. I'm not going to the gallery right away. I will look through all your stuff. Because, creepy detective man, I guess. Door is locked. Interesting. Sometimes I wonder about some of the things in Cthulhu is like different peoples will have particular features based off of where they live and which elder gods influence their genes. So sometimes I wonder, are these all Irene Sadler? Like, that's not, but it's not her. Huh. Okay. Anyways, keep an eye out for little green dots, guys. Mountains of Madness? Perhaps? In the ancient times? Some kind of Catholic do. Excuse me, can you unlock all your doors? I just need to get into all your rooms. It's important for me to investigate. Is there music in here? No. But it's a pretty sweet iPod.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Okay. Sure, Pierce.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it.
Sweet,
Inside
I get money.
my head, I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
There's a lot of accursed things on this island, man. I agree. Okay, that'll just play it again? I don't want to play it again. Oh. So, I guess I have the cylinder. That evidence now that I have? Okay. Yep. Cross-checking information by the Sanders when his widow, possible to reconstruct events that led to the internment of Sanders. Everything points to Sanders and Sarah Hawkins being close, linked, at least by interest, by the collector showed in the artist's work, but more probably by a certain friendship. Attested to by the repeated refusals of Sarah Hawkins to sell the painting called the Shambler. Against all expectations, she finally gave it away for free. The feelings... Oh, she didn't... Okay. Well then. The feelings still shown by Irene Sanders towards Sarah Hawkins are evidently derived from what she considers to be the artist's responsibility. Madness struck Sanders a short while after he gained possession of the painting. Okay. Phonograph. Great. Let's not give that back ever. My precious. Ooh, ominous weird light. Game sometimes it's like that. Alright. Perfect. Beautiful. I was glad we have to go talk to her. What's outside your windows? Very, very dark. Very, very dark. Let's talk, cat. Hi. Ooh. Tentacles. I'm excited. I flipped that tiny little switch like a man.
An old diary.
Diary of the pastor's wife. This volume spends some time on River End Wickwoods community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since arrived on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that she will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. Alrighty. I want to get at least to the gallery and maybe to the next chapter. There's, I think, 13 chapters, so...
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
I beg you, give up all hope if of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning to you, please spare me the weight of the guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. See, it's interesting because, like, I wonder if the wife has actually, like, read these, because it sounds like Hawkins, like, Sarah didn't want her to want this thing, and so, like, it's funny that she accuses her of
I could use one of those.
Don't do it, Pierce. Don't do it. Okay, but don't do it. Don't. Unless you need to induce a dream state, but because yeah, it seems like, you know, she obviously didn't want him to have it, and his obsession. But I guess she eventually gave in, which is, yeah, maybe that's the reason. The Whale and the Cod. Brief history of Darkwater. Okay. It's focused on the past glory of the island. So I guess this is, yeah, somewhat near New Brunswick and Newfoundland and Maine, I guess is sort of where this all is, which makes sense why there's trying to talk about cod as well. So yeah.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Amerindian? That is an unusual term. Amerindian, is that like North American Indian? I've never heard that term before. I will have to look this, I'll Google this up afterwards so that my occult is as good as Pierce's. Amerindian. Of course, it's also based on, like, it's interesting when you write for time pieces. Like, this is, people thought differently back then and spoke in different ways, and it's interesting to try to bring that forward to modern ages where things are very different and people react in very different ways. I don't know if that has any relation to that word, but so I'm gonna say that. Yeah, I already just looked at that, so quit letting me see it. This door, the Keith Sanders' own gallery. Francis Sanders must possess quite a collection. All right, let's talk to Cat. This is probably the door to the gallery. Don't want to go do that yet. Oh, a book. Hello. Would you... Malus Beastarium. Oh, let's lose some sanity, guys. Oh yeah, good stuff in there. Yeah, this has altered my destiny. This is volume 2? Did we check volume 1? Where's volume 1? It's kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. I think I must be a little more insane now. Fierce. Sanity. There it goes. So this must be volume 1. And I guess I missed it somewhere. Fierce read the ancient treatise, the Malus Beastarium. The bestiary makes an inventory of numerous creatures from the occult world of parallel dimensions. The very nature of its knowledge makes it an unholy book. By reading it, Pierce lost some of his sanity. You'd almost think that you kind of would gain more sanity in some ways, because, like, you have a better understanding. The only problem is that no one who had, like, because you have a esoteric knowledge, it's, you know, you can't really speak of it with other people. But does that make you more insane? But of course it does in the mythos. It's an interesting philosophical discussion, perhaps. Occult. Yep, that is the thing that we saw. That's not cool. The dimensional Shambler comes from a dark and inhospitable dimension where the rarity of food sources keeps it in a permanent state of starvation. This is why it's in a constant state of readiness to travel to other dimensions in order to feed on its inhabitants. Make sure you never weaken the veils of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting these very dangerous creatures. Should this happen, you just have to lay eyes upon it for it to anchor itself in your dimension and allow it to rip you open with its claws. Oh, that sounds fantastic. That sounds wonderful. Let's not let that... crap, I've already seen it. Well then. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Wait, no. Hi. How are you?
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective.
What?
Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Can we just be friends? I never went into your business before. I just wanted to get access to this one particular place. I didn't... It's okay. Okay, well, whatever. Does she have a small cut on her lip there? Interesting. Okay. I've got to verify the paintings for a buyer. Whatever.
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
Do you know of these things? And you, what are you doing here? Wonder if their position vertically on here matters at all. Like, this is the worst choice, and this is very well. So you're listening, so very well, so that we tell her everything? And this is, what are you doing here? Or is this, and what are you doing here? Are you investigating? Like, need more context!
All's fair in love and war, I suppose?
That is not at all. What? Why? Yeah, talk to her again. Because, like...
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Okay, I'm gonna, in the future, assume that the one that's on the upper part of the chat circle is the optimal, or more optimal choice. That's what I'm gonna assume, even though it sounds sorta... May our paths cross again, cat. Yeah, definitely gonna have to watch some other people's playthroughs, cause... Let's go see the Shambler. Is everybody else ready to be... Oh, hello. To be frightened? Oh, these are pleasant. Oh yes, let's go hide in here. Let's get ourselves a little croft. There we are. Get out of there. Get out! Reminds me of the Institute. Okay, let's look at these cool things. It's a fun little dagger. Oh,
these artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
How do you know? How do you know that? Is there something that says that? Do they look that old? Maybe they look aged. People age things all the time. Oh, isn't that... Is this what they look like just off of Innsmouth? I don't really know. Maybe. Now, I bet if my Lovecraft mythos knowledge was a little bit more, I could speak to these, but you know what? It's just not quite high enough. Like, I would say that this might be from the Mountains of Madness, because this looks familiar from that game, from Conarium. So I would say that that's what that's from. But these probably all would be from the same place, actually, if they're all in the same chest. This I don't recognize from anything. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Oh yeah. I'd say Gigarian, but I don't think it's quite that sexual, perhaps. I don't know. Got that weirdness, but it's different in its own way. It's more ghoulish. That one. Okay, bugs, another knife. Knives are very important in the Call of Cthulhu. And once again, we have this thing. Yeah, that's pleasant. So we looked at the one. These sphinxes, I guess, with a golden mask of death. It's actually interesting because isn't that the part that's like fallen off of like the real sphinx? Is like the part that's been replaced here. So it's as if like the golden part has been removed off of the main sphinx. It's an interesting, kind of cool thing. Do you have any more thoughts than Thanks, Pierce. No, we're not going in there. I saw the Shambler. We have to see everything. Oh yeah. These do look kind of Gigarian though. They all like I don't know, just the way that the organics flow between one another. Yeah, that's cool. But it's probably like a thought into their own, a picture into their own dimension. Yeah. Okay, looking at the ground. Don't want to trigger any bad events that I don't want yet. Oh yeah, that's creepy. That's interesting. Don't really recognize those from anything. Okay then. Wonderful. What? Hey, my lamp works again. Haha. Wonderful. Turn those off. Fierce man, just turn them off, please. Alright, whatever. Oh, no. Don't make me have to, like, run from the Shambler in here. I don't wanna. Whoa, I say. Okay.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Well, it's got the Elder sign on it. Pierce, come on, get your occultism up, buddy. Right there. Oh, that is interesting. It's all like inside the rock. Like it's very, very, very old. Oh yeah, this one too. Wow. Which, you know, speaks to the unfathomable, like, times and stuff that are, you know, meant for this kind of, I don't know, world. Thoughts. Cthulhu lion!
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
That thing does not look like it has eyes. This thing... So we have some weird lion-y things. Interesting. The lurker is just over there. I'm just gonna check the corner of my eyes. There it is, behind some stuff. Good. Let's take a look. This is cool. I really like this. It's really neat looking. Hi there. Somebody's head. Alright, we looked at all that stuff. Now I don't want to check out the Shambler. Don't, not yet. Not yet. Don't want to touch that yet. I want to make sure we look at everything else first. Oh, isn't that pleasant? Yeah, that's gonna be good times. All right. Oh, what in the... It was like a goose being like choked out by this weird little blood crying child. That's fantastic. This is pretty neat. Kind of reminds me of actually Deus Ex. There's a couple of scenes in there. Human Revolution. Is this a seal? I guess so. So a bear hunting a seal. That makes sense, I guess. Okay. I want to investigate this stuff further away from the Shambler.
The public entrance to the gallery.
Okay. Noted. Oh, okay, let's see if we can... Oh, God, no. It's gonna get dark in here, guys. Okay. I'm scared. Last minute stretches to get ready. Let's look behind the thing first, because I see this little note here.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Well, we saw some like that, didn't we? Should we go look for that one now? Any cultists out there hanging out? I don't see anybody watching the house. Though why the windows exactly are open, I don't really know. I think they brought some trees that were not so good to live on this island. We need something a little more shade tolerant. Yeah. Wonder where we are. So I thought I saw that dagger. Now that I've, you know, seen it as a little hint, maybe it's... I thought it was this one.
Why was he so interested in old weapons? Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Okay, well, we'll remember that one. We checked out this one? Yes. No. Yes. No. No. Very fascinating, yes. Okay, no other little notes and stuff? Okay, God. Alright, are you guys ready to enter madness with me? Madness! There we go. It's staring into your soul, Pierce. Oh, wow. Oh boy. Run, Pierce, run! Okay. Got that, like, maybe the jaw thing that's been going on and... Where was Zed? Hi there, pleasant creature. How are you? Welcome to our dimension.
What the hell was that?
I'm gonna get eaten. Why is this window all... I'm hiding! I'm hiding! Even though hiding terrifies me. Okay. How long do I hide? This makes no sense. I don't know what to do.
I can't even touch it. No way out. No choice. I must get rid of it.
Oh god! Jesus. Is it very, 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 very fast? I don't know.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
No, it's not. Get him! Let's try that again, shall we? Can I skip? We know we're in a whole heap of trouble. We know that.
What the hell was that?
Why does it want us to look at something over there? Hi. Screw you. F off. Wants me to hide every now and then. Oh, hello. Oh, God, no. Okay, this is only a little intense for me. Just a little. Okay, then.
What the hell was that?
Exactly. Stay low. I don't like this hiding thing. It doesn't really work very well. And Pierce hates it as well. I don't even know if one could bring themselves to hiding like this. With this much claustrophobia, you know? Well, because I've already died a couple times, like, whatever, I don't really...
Damn. Did it hear that?
I hope so. Grab this.
Maybe I can use this dagger.
That sounds promising. Come here, Shambler. Get him! Get him! Get him! Stab him! Get him! Oh. Wow, he is like lifting me right off the ground. Maybe I shouldn't be so gung-ho.
What the hell was that?
Like, that's not the right one.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Maybe. Bye. I am curious, though, there was something over here it wanted me to, like, look at. We're gonna see a couple more deaths, guys, just so you know. Just so you know. Come on.
What the hell was
Oh, it's
that?
just the little refueling thing. Okay. Get up, Pierce. Run. Hide. Hide, hide, hide. Hide, hide. Hide. The walls are closing in on you, Pierce. I'm not really sure how long this is gonna go for. I may die a few times without you guys, depending on how many times I die. Do you really need to hide this long? Okay, I'm gonna hop out of here because Pierce is freaking out. Oh crap. You're very creepy whispering. So the only weapon that we saw that is right is the one that's in that one side. So what do we do with it?
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
No, you can't. Don't worry, you can't. It's not going to do anything for you. Hi. You're coming pretty much right my way, aren't you? That's wonderful. Yeah, I'm in here. I'm about to freak out. Can you hear me breathing really loud? Get out of here. Go back to the dimension whence you came. I swear this is the right one.
This dagger looks different.
So does that mean like it looks different, like it's the right one? Or what? Take a moment here. Take a moment. kind of feel like this is the time for this. But... and maybe that's why they gave it to you right at that moment. Not that it's really going to do a whole lot, but... we'll see. Okay, we have those people, and we have this guy. Okay. Fantastic. Nothing really good there. Alright, so we have... like, I swear this is the right one. Far from possessing the talents of Sarah, Hawkins and Sanders drew a dagger with a tortured form down to the smallest detail. The guard carries a strange esoteric symbol, a recurring feature of his correspondence with Sarah. Yes, the elder sign. So that is the one we have. What do we do with it? Well, guys, we're at 52 minutes. I'm going to end it here, I think. And yeah, that's what we're gonna go with that. I don't know what we're gonna do for this here creature. Anyway, so if you guys enjoyed the episode, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell icon if you want to get every notification. That would be good for you, I guess. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can head on over to my Patreon. Also, any thoughts, let me know in the comments. I enjoy responding to comments these days still. And yeah. Let's see what we can do about this here Shambler. I think this is the right weapon. I just gotta figure out how to use it. So yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye. Okay. Ah, you know what? I bet you I have to stab it into the painting. Ha ha ha! Take that, Shambler beast. Yeah. Cut him again, Pierce. Cut him again. Whoa! No. Stab it in the head. Stab it. Stab him. Goodbye, beastie. Get out of here. We don't want you in our dimension. Ooh. Oh no. Is that my sanity leaving?
What's the matter with you?
Woo! That wasn't so bad.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
We're going with the top answers from now on.
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You didn't hear it. So yeah, I'm going with the top answers because, like...
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
Okay,
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Okay. Do I get to keep the knife though? I didn't look in that box. What was, or was that the key that I had?